Have you ever tried to implement a big change in your department or institution, maybe a new system, a new process, or even a new strategy, and found that the hardest part wasn't the logistics, it was getting people on board? In this video, I'm going to talk about one of the most well-known frameworks for leading change, the Kotter Change Model, and how it can be applied in higher education settings. Welcome back to the channel. And if you're new here, I'm Dr. Katie Linder, a certified project manager, change manager, and coach, who works full-time leading and supporting teams in higher education. On this channel, I offer real-world examples of how project management translates into the higher ed environment. If you're looking for ways to use project management tools and skills, both professionally and personally, to bring more ease to your work and life, you're in the right place. The Kotter Change Model is one you may have already heard of. This is a framework developed by leadership and change expert John Kotter, and it outlines 8 steps that help organizations successfully implement change. The idea behind the model is that change doesn't happen just because a leader announces a new initiative. Successful change requires intentional leadership, communication, and momentum building over time. This model is widely used across industries, but it can be especially helpful in higher education, where decision-making can be decentralized, stakeholders have diverse perspectives, and culture and tradition can strongly influence change. The Kotter model provides a structured way to guide people through the change process. The first step in the model is helping people understand why change is necessary. If people don't see the need for change, they're unlikely to engage with it. In higher education, urgency might come from things like enrollment shifts, accreditation requirements, technological changes, or student needs and expectations. For example, if a university is implementing a new advising platform, leaders might highlight how the current system creates inefficiencies for advisors and confusion for students. The goal here is not to create panic, but to create shared awareness of why the change matters now. The second step in the model is to build a guiding coalition. Change shouldn't be led by just one person. Kotter emphasizes building a coalition of people who support and champion the change. In higher education, this coalition might include faculty representatives, department leaders, staff members, IT partners, and student representatives. Having a diverse coalition increases credibility and ensures multiple perspectives are considered. It also helps spread the ownership of the change across the organization. The third step is to form a strategic vision. Next, the team develops a clear vision for what the change will accomplish. This vision should answer questions like what will be different after this change? How will this improve the experience for students, faculty, or staff? And what does success look like? For example, if a campus is launching a new project management process, the vision might be to create more transparent collaboration across departments and improve the completion rate of strategic initiatives. The vision provides a North Star that helps guide decision-making throughout the change process. The fourth step is to communicate the vision. Once the vision is defined, it needs to be communicated consistently and frequently. One of the biggest mistakes organizations make during change initiatives is under-communicating. In higher education, communication might include department meetings, town hall events, email updates, campus newsletters, websites, and training sessions. The key to good communication is repetition and clarity. People need multiple opportunities to hear about the change and ask questions. The fifth step is to empower action. This step focuses on removing barriers that might prevent people from engaging with the change. Common barriers might include lack of training, unclear processes, outdated policies, or limited resources. For example, if faculty are expected to adopt a new learning technology, they may need training workshops, documentation or guides, and instructional design support. Empowering action helps people move from understanding the change to actually participating in it. The next step is to generate short-term wins. Change initiatives can take a long time, which is why Kotter emphasizes celebrating early successes. Short-term wins help build momentum, demonstrate progress, and reinforce stakeholder confidence. In higher education projects, short-term wins might include successful pilot programs, early adoption by a few departments, or positive feedback from students or faculty. Highlighting these wins helps people see that the change is making a difference. The seventh step in the Kotter model is to sustain acceleration. Once early successes happen, the next step is continuing to build on that progress. Instead of declaring victory too soon, leaders should expand the initiative, refine processes, incorporate feedback, and deepen engagement. For example, after piloting a new advising system with one college, the institution might gradually expand it across the entire campus. This stage is about maintaining momentum. The final step is to anchor the change in culture. This step focuses on embedding the change into everyday practice. For change to stick, it needs to become part of policies, workflows, expectations, and organizational culture. This might involve updating documentation, integrating the change into onboarding, and aligning incentives and evaluation systems. When a change becomes a part of how things are done, it's much more likely to be sustained over time. The Kotter Change Model offers a practical roadmap for leading change, from building urgency in coalitions to sustaining momentum and embedding change into culture. And in higher education environments, where change often requires collaboration across many stakeholders, having a structured approach like this can make the process much smoother and more successful. I'd love to hear from you in the comments. What kinds of change initiatives have you been involved with on your campus, and what helped them succeed? And if you're interested in more ways to apply project management and change management strategies in higher education, be sure to subscribe to the channel for future videos. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.